Connie. I'm Becca Schultz, your recreational therapist.
Hey, it's nice to meet you, Becca.
It's nice to meet you too. So I saw on your chart that you wanted to discuss your strength building exercises on your knee. Could you give me a little bit of history on that?
Okay, it's kind of long and rambling, so if you need to cut me off or move me along, just let me know. About 8 years ago, I had taken 2 of my AP classes on a hike and tore my Achilles tendon. And it became infected and had to do IV antibiotics for a total of 6 months. And my wound doctor made me stay in a wheelchair for a long time, and I lost some strength there. And then I had to wear a boot. And sometimes when you boot, the doctors call it the wobble effect, where because you're walking crooked, you then influence some other part of your body. Ended up tearing the meniscus on my other knee, which kind of got me started as far as my knees were concerned. And then since then, 2 years ago, I had a knee replacement on my right knee. And did very well in physical therapy. I seemed to be doing okay, and then just reached a wall where it's just been a lot of pain. And so I've had several nerve blocks trying to figure out what the problem was. They finally sent me to, I don't know the exact word, but it's like an electrical stimulation test where they would stimulate a nerve and see the amount of time it took for it to go a certain distance, and discovered that that seemed to be okay. So they did an MR on my back, and it turns out I have some really severe bulging discs down towards my L4, L5, and my lower back. And so I've had several nerve blocks since then. I have another one coming up in a couple of weeks. And I don't really understand what they're doing, but they're going to pulse it in addition to a nerve block, but they're hoping that will be more successful. And then I'm scheduled June the 7th to get my other knee replaced. And I talked to my doctors about, is it better to do my knee or my back first? But they said they're hoping when I get my knee fixed and I'm no longer walking crooked. Right now, my left knee is bent and I cannot straighten it up. And so I look like a penguin when I walk. I wobble really bad. And it hurts a lot. And it hurts my back because I'm walking so crooked. So they're hoping that with that knee replacement and physical therapy, that will improve. But I have lost a tremendous amount of strength. Not only in my knees, but my thighs. I feel like I don't have much strength in my thighs anymore, in my lower legs anymore. My endurance has really decreased. And then that's when I was recommended to come see a recreational therapist who could, along with my other doctors, try to help me improve that physical endurance that I'm hoping to improve.
Okay, so I heard you mention that you injured your Achilles tendon on a field trip. Do you feel like your co-teachers were very helpful during that time period?
They were very helpful. I was fairly new to the school when I tore my Achilles tendon, but it was right before summer. But when I came back to school and I was still in a wheelchair for an extended period of time, they were very helpful. And now that I'm still having trouble years later with now my knees, administration's been really wonderful with me. They have worked with me for doctor's appointments and needing to be off for nerve blocks and not requiring me to do strenuous activities. So I feel like I have a lot of support at school. I also feel like I have a really good support with my family. This has lasted a long time, and I know it can be very annoying to families to have somebody who's chronically whining and complaining about hurting. But they've been really great, driven me to appointments when I needed them to, sometimes driving me locations that was maybe too far for me to drive, and just really being very helpful and kind to me during this whole situation.
Okay, well, let's move on to what leisure activities do you like to do?
Well, I love to read, but as far as physical leisure activities, I do like to swim. Now, I have not belonged to a gym that had a swimming pool, and I've talked to my daughters about maybe this summer us trying to either find a friend that has a swimming pool or going ahead and just joining a gym that has a swimming pool. And I know that can help. The buoyancy of the water would help relieve some of the stress on my knees. I am a little bit concerned this summer because I know once they do the incision on my knee, I don't know about if they're going to let me, put that into a swimming pool. But for sure, once the healing has finished, I would love to do something like, swimming. Walking, I would love to walk. I'm in a lot of pain and don't walk that far, and I need to push myself further. And so I probably do need some support in helping me to achieve that goal.
Yeah, I feel like you made some very valid points. So how about, since you find that your coworkers and your family support you very well, you ask them maybe 2 or 3 times in the morning or after school, you walk around. Do you have a football field at your school?
We do, but we have a bus loop that sometimes other people have used for walking.
Okay.
And that's probably a really good idea to gets us out of the building. And I think that would be I do think I have a couple of other teachers who have also had some knee problems too, and I could probably get someone to do some walking with me.
Yeah, and it doesn't even need to be that long. It could just be 15, 20 minutes, 3 times a week, and that will help build up strength and balance as well.
Yes.
And then as for the pool, you're getting your surgery in June, correct?
That's correct.
Maybe you can start going to like a YMCA and ask your family on weekends to go to the pool with you.
I think they would. I think everybody in my family does enjoy pools. Again, I'd have to wait for that wound to heal, but I think by fall I should be able to do it. And our YMCA actually puts a bubble over the pool so you can use it year round.
Okay. Well, let's talk about actually, you know what? I think that
I do have a few goals I'm hoping you can help me with. My grandchildren, I have a 3-year-old little grandbaby and a brand new grandbaby that was born on Christmas. And I have a really healthy outlook, I think, in general, but it is very sad to me that I'm not really the grandmother I wanted to be. I can't get down on the floor and play with the kids. Hard for me to walk a long way. And I kind of mentioned my balance, but my balance has really gotten off, and I don't even know if it's mental or physical. I'm really almost this terrifying feeling of walking up and down stairs if I'm not holding on to a rail, though I've never fallen up or down the stairs. But somewhere during all these issues, I've developed this fear of going up and down stairs. Since the baby's been born, I haven't even stood up and held her. I feel uncomfortable enough with my balance, though I haven't actually fallen. I have felt like I was going to fall enough times that I was kind of worried about it. So I definitely want to get, along with the strength and endurance, some balance back.
Okay.
And then our family loves to travel, and we do Disney World a couple of times a year, which has become almost impossible for me. But I also am hoping now, as I'm getting older, that maybe we could do some extensive traveling like in Europe. And we love destination, all-inclusive resorts where you don't have to do a lot of work. But I would love to explore Europe a lot more. My mother takes the grandchildren when they turn 16, and I went with them the last time had grandchildren, and I really struggled. It was like the whole group was in front of me, and some of these people were 20 years older than me, and I was slower than them and struggled more than them. And those are just really goals that I'm hoping to be able to achieve. Balance, physical endurance. I've even noticed going up and down stairs that I'm at the top of the stairs, I'm breathing hard. I've never done something like that before. Just overall, some type of accountability and a way to improve on those.
Okay, so how about we start with contacting your friends at work, doing the track 3 times a week, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then maybe join the pool up until you get your surgery, and then you can take a break until your wound heals.
Okay.
Starting back at the pool, and then maybe once we've built up that knee strength, we can start moving on to activities that build your balance, such as yoga.
Okay.
And then, does that sound like a good plan for you so far?
It does, and I even talked to my doctors about the possibility of other things like yoga, and I even talked about acupuncture, massage therapy, just anything to help with this. And they did say that for balance, that yoga was a good choice. I don't know that I have enough balance to even get down on a mat. I don't think I could get down on a mat and back up by myself. Is part of my problem right now. But hopefully, after this other knee, hopefully I can achieve those goals.
Alrighty, so I'm going to talk it over with my team, and we'll put together a plan, and we'll discuss that next meeting to see if it works for you.
That sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.